And here we are getting ready for game one. University of Utah Black. Everybody getting into the field, but it seems like we actually got baited a bit here on the stream. But, I mean, it happens, right? Sometimes the lobby needs to be reset and everything. But, I mean, we're waiting to get into this one. This is actually, I guess we can touch on this a little bit. Yeah. These are going to be best of 7 rounds throughout this entire tournament, as far as I know. I don't know, like,
if it's best of 7 in round 1, it's got to be
farther.
Yeah, no, always best of 7.
Do they play like best of 10s in Rocket League?
No. It's not like Call of Duty in Rocket League, because if you have overtimes in Rocket League, you get a 9-10 minute game, and all of a sudden it's that's a long series. I don't know. Coming from fighting games, you see a lot of first to 10s and stuff like that. I think that would be a cool format for Rocket League. Fighting game, 90 seconds around.
Yeah, overtime can definitely cause some issues, to say the least, in terms of scheduling and the like. But yeah, best of 7 rounds. These are going to be long games to come through, or at least long rounds to come in through. And here we are back into this game, take 2, and it's going to be good. Ramen, he's going to grab a demo off of the kickoff there, set up towards the middle. Mike catches that one out, and getting here into this first minute. No kickoff goals for our first game of the day here, Jobin.
I will say, and the one kind of nice thing is that we had about 2.5 weeks of only having Rocket League, but since No Man's Land, we haven't really had any Rocket League. So to come back and get LCQ for CRL Worlds, I mean, some of the CRL games we had the last semester and last year were some of the best matches we've ever had on the Saints channel, period. No discussion. So to get them back in that Worlds competition, it's all going to start in this first round. Doing a great job cycling the ball, not able to not find that one home. Yeah, Crossbar already going to take one victim. Typhoon maybe getting a little bit tied up here in his own zone. Spoods getting ready to try to play this one back towards Spike. Going to take him down, though, for the moment.
Yeah, as of right now, a lot of pressure in this zone, but only really because Utah's had a tough time just kind of getting it out. There hasn't been any crazy shot opportunities except for that one off the crossbar. Possibly this one set up by Ramen. The bounce over the defender. That has got to be one of the most finessey goals I have ever seen. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm sure that's not a real word, but look at this. Right over, like he almost fakes the fact that he's going for a bump or he's going for another touch and just watches that ball do a nice little arch right over that defender, bounce right in. Ramen, the mind games are on point right now up against Utah Black here.
You know what that reminds me, when you put like your pet like dog or cat, like put like a blanket over their head and they start to wonder
where they confused.
Yeah, it's exactly kind of reminded me of Ramen. Doing good with the trickery, nice and early. I mean, listen, it's a best of 7. You're going to need to find a lot of ways to find the back of that net. So use the trickery, use the mechanics, however you got to do it. Try to find those consistent goals, though. 1-0 lead early on, nice for the Saints.
Yeah, you take those early leads and it lets you kind of flex yourself later into this game. Not worried about having to break that score line. Alex Walters looking to break it for University of Utah here. There is a third player there, Typhoon. Can you get your hands on that ball? Alex Walter going to be the one keeping it in here from mid. What an angle on that one. Spoods right in the back of the net, right there, ready to make this save. 2 minutes in, and after a slow minute and a bit, we've got action right now. University of Utah, they want to make this goal back. Mike, what a shot there. What a way to follow up on that setup from Alex there.
Yeah, they had 6 or 7 very good chances in front of the net. Finally, that nice little musty flip off the back wall. The deflection is going to be right onto the tires of Mike and Utah. Just like that, they're going to be back in this game. And that's the thing with this CRL LCQ. Every team in this top 48 had to find some way to play their way in here, either by winning tournaments, winning weeklies. There's a million other ways to win in here. So all these teams are going to be of the highest, anything from the bubble CRL scene, this is that highest competition. There will be no easy opponents as you get your way along.
That's the thing you already talked about. Yeah, everyone had to qualify their way in here. No matter what opponent, who you find on the other side of the field there, it's going to be a tall task no matter what team you are in this bracket. But that's the thing, you keep going later and later, and it's these teams that are on hot streaks during the day, these teams that are so consistent just punching their way through this bracket. And that's where these early games really, especially, we're going to have 3 rounds today, Jobin. We're going to have 3 best of 7s on the board should the Saints be able to keep this momentum forward. But first, you got to focus on the one at hand. Right now, 2 minutes left on the clock. And players flying at these aerial balls, trying to make a shot, trying to get something just directed towards that net. But it's been tough for the Saints since they found that first one. They've been able to find a lot of those kind of, out to the corner shot, top left of the net there, but not too much quality. Nothing that's making Utah sweat just yet.
Yeah, I mean, the one goal they got was Ramen, you know, pulling the wool over the defender's eyes and kind of faking him out there. But then Utah, they've had those consistent shots back the other way. The Saints have had to make a lot of clutch saves. Spoon's making 3 or 4 already. So it's about getting this pressure back to that other end. I mean, we're down to the 88-second mark here. Not that much more time to operate. So every single mistake now could potentially be heightened even greater. You don't want to see too many of those double commits. You have to be careful how you balance out this pressure. Utah trying to send this one back to that Saints zone. That is going to be played back and forth between both of these teams. Typhoon trying to see if he can get that breakout. He is going to find that second touch. Saints going to be there to get a piece of it. That ball kicks back toward mid. Alex sending that one over the front of the net there. That is a very dangerous ball, and Alex Walters is going to close that one in. And University of Utah Black taking a 1-goal lead with just over a minute to spare.
Utah here, and Alex Walters specifically now found one for themselves and was the key player in setting up their first goal as well. He's been doing great work for Utah here, just in terms of carrying that ball, getting it out of their own zone, carrying it, and setups. And there you saw it was a setup, I believe it came from Typhoon. Mike, before I can even finish, he's going to be finding another one all the way from his own zone, carrying it right past Ramen.
Nice.
Spoods gives him a bit of an assist there.
Yeah.
Helps him pop it up over Ramen themselves. Now, U of U running away with a 2-goal lead. 53 seconds left to play.
Yeah, nice footwork from Mike, and that's going to be exactly what Utah's looking for. Try to get that second goal, try to get that 2-goal lead extended over this St. Clair team. Because now, if you're the University of Utah, just try to drain 15, 20 seconds, even if you're going to give up that goal. Ideally, right, you keep this 3-1 lead, slowly drain away this clock, pop it up in this orange side zone. You're not in any rush to get the offense going. Getting that second insurance policy goal, that was the offense you needed. Now, just focus on that defense, try to batten down the hatches and prepare, because we are in for a long series. Although game 1 definitely going to be good for Utah to try to take, the Saints are going to have some time to bounce back here, but you don't want to let a team get up 2-3-0 on you, especially when the teams are this damn good across the board.
That's the thing. I mean, best of 7s, you've still got, what, 3+ games of insurance to work with after game 1 there. You've got time, and more than enough time to adjust in the series. Nonetheless, though, losing game 1 gonna hurt a bit for the Saints. University of Utah Black, though, takes these any day. Now up 1-0 in the series off of, I believe each one of them actually grabbed a goal. Or no, Mike was there for 2.
Greedy.
And Alex Walters there was able to grab 1. You see the Saints over there in the nest as we wait on this next game to get started. But if we could take a look at that scoreboard quickly for a sec, looks like we actually lost it all the way.
Try to see it on Christian's screen
game.
there.
Yeah.
What's another?
Who's got that one?
Yeah, exactly. So they look like they're already on the pit. Yeah, exactly. We are going to hear that timer, though. We are going to get underway with game 2. University of Utah Black clinging to a 1-0 lead after a very strong game 1 showing. Ramen had that crazy kind of funny goal. University of Utah, though, they looked like they were in control the latter half of that game. So now it's about the Saints making adjustments, seeing what reads they maybe got from that first game, and try to chip your way back into this game.
That's the thing I'm looking at here is, yes, Ramen found that goal, and a beautiful goal it was, a clip-worthy goal, whatever you want to call it, finesse on the goal. But other than that, what did the Saints really find that game? They had some solid defensive plays. They had a few crossbar shots that are like, oh, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's the crossbar. But other than that, Utah really had control of game 1.
Yeah.
All the way past that 3-minute mark, Utah had control. Typhoon keeping this control alive as Alex Walters picks up that rebound. This is off the backboard. Mike waiting for him to come in and just hammer that ball, but he's not going to be able to find the right angle on it. Ramen, good for that save.
Yeah, so far this game looking a lot like game 1. We are only just a minute in, but it cycles. It's shot after shot. Utah is finding different chances. They're cycling the ball very well off that backside wall, trying to get all 3 players involved. The Saints right now, they're kind of stuck playing defense. They can't really find these angles to break out, and one of the earmarks of this Saints offense has been that counterattack. It's, dealing with that pressure in their own way, getting it back down the other way, and finding those goals. But so far, haven't been able to materialize any decent chances. Doing a good job now, trying to keep that pressure on, but Utah right now just, super sound defensively as well.
Yeah, even right in this crease, you've got one defender, Typhoon, up against Ramen and Spoods there. He's able to find that angle perfectly, pop it past the 2 of them, back out to the middle, give him a little time to reset, get Mike in that goal now, get a little bit of defense set up. In the way that this Utah defense is cycling back and forth for boost is looking beautiful as well. Even with all of these shots from the Saints, we've been in this zone for about a minute here, and the Saints really haven't found anything of value. That's been the big thing that we've seen from this series so far. Saints, yes, you can find something, but it's never going to be that prime shot. Utah doing a perfect job of shutting them down.
Yeah, Saints right now, this is a step in the right direction. You're getting time in the zone. You're at least finding, you're somewhat finding chances and angles. That is going to be a shot just wide there. Now the pass set up back to Christian, seeing if he can get anything going here. They've had lots of time in the zone, but they haven't really found any quality looks, like you were just saying. So they're going to try to keep finding a way, keep chipping away at this defense. Eventually, you can try to catch one of those rotations, try to boost start. That is a big demo, though. That is going to open up a whole lot of space. That's going to get this ball back toward that mid zone. Miko trying to find, or Mike trying to set something up over the middle there. Typhoon there to make a read as well. Now Utah playing nice ball control over the middle. It is going to be taken away by Christian, seeing if they can get anything going here. Pass off the wall. Once again, the door gets closed.
Every single time Utah somehow has an answer, whether it be from the air, whether it be from the corner, or a roller across the goal line. Saints cannot find that second touch. They can't find that right angle. They can't get it past this defense. But so far in this game, Utah hasn't really had much in the way of offense either. Saints have been really hard on this pressure, just haven't been able to find much. Utah hasn't been able to find much back themselves. They've been playing on the back foot for a while on this defense for a good chunk of this game.
I will say, I have seen the Saints double commit 2 or 3 times already in this series, so definitely something to keep an eye on. That is a nice little shot. The follow off the crossbar, not going to be found there. The Saints still hacking away at the net. That is going to be close once more. Utah refusing to relent on this defense. Now, the counterattack is what they have their eyes set on, but the Saints are going to have other ideas. They're going to send that one back down. They're going to be able to cycle this ball out at least one more time here. Utah there to make a read once again. Alex Walters all over the pitch right now. Ramen going to get it past one there by Typhoon. Easily there for the answer. The pass over the middle. The demo, though, just well-timed there. Ramen going to shut down that play. Utah, however, still aggressing. That ball's almost in. The roller, the chopper, the goal for Alex Walters. It was a minute 3 into game 1. They scored the first goal. It is a minute 5 when they score in game 2 to take the lead.
He is putting it all out on the field right now. Alex Walters currently 2 goals in the series. 2 out of 4 for the team right now. Now as we get close to wrapping up game 2 here, Saints gonna be put in a tough position. You've got a minute. There has been donuts for 4. Finally, Utah cracks that 0-0 scoreline. The Saints don't got much time to work with, and they don't have much field to work with. They don't have much opportunity. Mike, perfect contest. What a long lob there of a shot. You've chunked 20 seconds off the clock. You continue doing this, and with your stalwart defense that University of Utah has, I don't know if Saints can make it out in this last 30 seconds here. They really have to get in gear.
Yeah, and the thing is, they have looked like they've taken a step forward this game, but you're going to be down 2-0. There's only so many more steps you can take before you have to start to run, because you're going to run out of time. Utah going to have this 2-0 lead in all likelihood. 15 seconds left, absolutely time to make a play. The demo is going to be a good way to start things off. They have the pressure, they had the numbers, but they're not going to find the timing on the pass. That is a beautiful job by Mike, and Alex looks like he might look for one more for insurance. That ball back toward the Utah zone. 1 on the clock. That is going to be a tap down and a 2-0 lead for the University of Utah Black. St. Clair, you took steps forward in that game too, but you have to find some way to get goals on the board. 1 goal in 2 games of a CRL LCQ is not going to win you anything.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to cut it there. 2-0 up for the University of Utah right now. And I mean, this is only round 1. We have a series on our hands here, because one more game and Saints are put in reverse sweep position. This is a very huge game.
In a best of 7, too.
In a best of 7. This is a taxing game on the mental, because you know, if you lose this game, if you drop this game, University of Utah is in such a beautiful position for the rest of the series. They've got 3-4 games of insurance to play with should they take this one. And as of right now, Saints have found 1 goal throughout these 2 games, like you said. And other than that, they haven't really been able to get their hands on it. Alex Walters just playing perfect on that goal line, always there in the nick of time. Now, moves it back towards the middle. Ramen finds a demo. Spoods chasing this one down. Typhoon is back up for the play. He is going to make that save as well. 3 players back up for University of Utah. Hold my breath. Typhoon's gone. That looked like it could have been a post one, but it's going to go out towards the opposite corner.
Yeah, if I'm the Saints now, not that I want to see them them take any drastic chances early on, but I want to see some aggression. I don't want to see that fear. I don't want to see them kind of accepting the fact that they're going to be playing defense. I want to see them try to go for some stuff that is maybe a little bit harder. Maybe it's going to take a little bit more coordination. I want to see less of those double commits, more coordinated team efforts getting in on that offense, because they've had decent chances, but then two members go for the ball, the pass doesn't land where it needs to, and then Utah brings this thing back the other way. They're going to find a tap off the backboard. Luckily, it looks like Ramen there gets just enough of it, sending this one back down. Saints trying to put some pressure on here. It's going to be Mike in that midair spot, though, taking that ball back down. Typhoon getting a piece of it. A minute and a half just about through. Both these teams still looking for the one.
Every time I see, whether it be Alex Walters or Typhoon, set up that backboard shot, I get these, I get this eerie feeling that this looks like something we've seen in game 1 and 2, and that Mike is about to fly down the field and find another one for themselves. Ramen, you have the carry, you take to the skies, but the pass not gonna land at the angle you're looking for. Now, back almost 2 minutes into game 3 here, still got these 0-0 score lines, and this is going to be something I expect to see all tournament. I don't think we're going to see any crazy scoring games in this bracket just based on the caliber of teams, right? We're not...
Yeah.
It's rare to see a fluke 5-1 game when you've got all of these teams that are so solid in their fundamentals that you're just not going to give up so many crazy leads like that. And this series really exemplifying that with these deadlocks until somebody breaks that scoring barrier, until somebody can kind of open the momentum, open the gates for more of these goals to come through.
Yeah, and you can just tell when it is like, there's high-level Rocket League, and then there is like elite-level Rocket League, and you can tell watching any one of these teams, you can tell the difference between a Grand Champ 2 and these consistent SSL players that are making it far in these lands, in NACE, in NECC. The Saints right now still trying to fire away on this offense, still give it to find a goal this game. That is a dangerous pass off the backboard. Typhoon is going to find the demo on Christian. Smooths, though, going to take matters into his own hands. He's going to bring that one down, and Robin's going to bring it home. The Saints finally cracking through this ironclad defense of Utah. They find their first lead since back in that game 1. Right now, though, not a moment too soon.
2 games straight. It was tough for them to find really anything, but coming into game 3 here, they've really started to open up this Utah defense here. We've seen more than a few openings, a few backboard shots as well, or crossbar down and out. It happens on some of these offensive plays, but a beautiful pass from the corner off of Spood's gonna leave Ramen with that first goal. Now, Saints are gonna be the team playing with that advantage, but I mean, we saw that in game 1, 2. Let's see what they can cook up with it. We've got 1:50 left to play. Mike losing that carry in the air.
I want to see aggression at least until the 1 minute mark of the game. At the 1 minute mark, I'd be a little bit more okay with some passive play, trying to drain the clock, shoot those pop-ups into the corner. But for the next 40 seconds, I kind of want to see them go for it. I want to see them not relent on this pressure. Don't let Utah cook up these chances time after time, because they will do just that. Christian, though, he is going to shut the door in a very, very clutch moment. Now 1:30 still on the clock, and this is what I was talking about. Utah, they will immediately take this ball back down. They will cycle this thing around. They will try to find one of these 3 members. Any one of these 3 could be that potentially goal scorer. Oh, a miscommunication will go the Saints' way, though. That is that insurance policy you're looking for. And now 1:16. Can you cling to a 2-0 lead to bring this series within 1?
Now, the Saints, you're feeling a little bit better here in game 3. You're not worrying so much about that 3-0 scoreline in the series, but still got 1:16 to play off of kickoff here. Mike trying to follow up on this one. Spoods pops it off of his nose there. It's followed up into the Utah zone. It's going to be tough for the Saints to honestly find a balance of aggression and defense when you're already this far up. You don't want to overcommit and put yourself in a risky situation. But
at this point, kind of turtle.
At the same time, yeah, here's the thing, though.
Goals.
Utah has been pretty good at sneaking it past 2 defenders in that net there, especially with these plays. If Alex Walters is going to be finding demos here in the last 40 seconds, maybe there's something to be had. But Saints right now playing out pretty well. You've chunked out 35 seconds on the clock, now close to 45 since that kickoff. Just looking to keep it going, just looking to keep this pressure on, stall out, give as little control of the ball to Utah as possible as you just wait out these last 20 seconds here.
Yeah, this is looking pretty solid. I don't want to jinx anything, but I would say, for my money, this game probably going to be over in just a few moments. Spooge, that should be pretty much the last challenge of the game here. Now, single-digit seconds to run down on this clock. Robin gonna maybe go for one more little chip shot here, but Utah, they're gonna be there to deny it. They know the game is over. They want to get ready to go on to game 4. They still have a 1-game lead, but we have a series on our hands.
Yeah, you've secured the victory now, Saints, and as casters, those are always like some of the tricky ones, the tricky final moments to get through, right? Because it's a 2-0 lead. In a game like Rocket League, we've seen that fly by in 10 seconds before, right? With the right play, with the right kickoff here, got the replay of some of these. Look at how crispy these replays are looking, too.
Good job, Ryan, or whoever's Daniil, Matthias, one of them.
Somebody back there. I mean, we can shout out the whole team back there, Alex as well. Alex Walters on the screen as well, finding goals there. But we've got all these coming in from game 3. Look at that beautiful pass out from the corner into Ramen there. And then, of course, you've got this second one to be grabbed by the Saints. Now 2-1. This series looking a lot closer than it was last game there as we move into game 4. Saints looking to tie it up here, looking to not just be playing on the back foot in terms of the series score here.
And to see them get more than one goal is such a nice sight, too. Because if they won 1-0, like, yes, that's fantastic. You had to win the game. But you still only were able to score one goal, especially throughout the entire game, as you got a decent amount of chances that game. So slowly have this offense ramp up. We have seen from game 1 to game 2 to game 3, there has been succession there. That is Quint for everyone that's wondering. I'm sure you've seen him on stage before, Saints Rocket League fame as well. So, you know, you got to be there to support the guys. They are in a dog fight right now, and it is not going to get any easier through the last potential 4 games.
Yeah, every team here, every program has, you know, at least one character to go along with them on the stream here. You always see them, you know, like to get the spotlight there in the cameras, to say the least. But the spotlight now on game 4 as we get started here. University of Utah looking to continue their lead, looking to, you know, shut down some of this momentum that the Saints found last game. It looks like the Saints, you know, we talk about them being a team that's pretty solid into these long series. Best of 7s, only going to give them more time to really pick apart the side of University of Utah. We saw it work out last game. Can you keep it going here in game 4? 30 seconds in. Not too much to speak of so far.
I mean, it wouldn't be a Saints stream, too, if I didn't say how they usually are slow starters and pick things up. You don't want to start slow. Nothing slow about this game 4 start. Spoods is going to bury that one in the back of the net. 37 seconds in, and now momentum if you're the Saints. Now you have to capture it, bottle it, drink it all up, and try to start to bring this series home. Now you have Utah reeling just a little bit. You have to strike while the iron is hot.
Gotta keep it going, especially after falling so early in the series there. You gotta just pick it back up. You gotta look forwards and look towards these next games. After you find that first goal there, they're gonna keep the pressure on in this zone. Force Mike to make, you know, some, not prime passes out to the corner there. You're kind of playing between these 2 defenders in your own zone. You don't have much boost or really much of anything to get it out here. That's a good angle, but there's 2 defenders right there. Alex Walters going to be the one to make the touch on the ball. Mike was there just in case he needed any support. Now, kind of flip this around. You've gotten it into the Saints corner here, but the Saints have resources to work with is the difference. They're full on boost. They've been making these rotations happen while Utah was pretty well stuck in their corner trying to save their net from another goal.
And that's the balance I'd love to see. The Saints are playing hyper-aggressive, sending 2 to the backboard, but the second that Utah got that counterattack going, they got back on the back foot there. They went and played defense. There was no missed rotations. They were able to recover all that boost and not get trapped in that back end. Now, though, once again, try to put that pressure back on, try to find this balance, try to get this second goal. Because right now, I mean, goal number 2 seems to be the magic number. The other team has not scored more than 1 goal in any of these losses so far, so it seems to be the first team to get to 2, probably going to win the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a question off of the backboard, and down Spoods flies by that ball, flies by that setup as Ramen tries to keep this pressure on. These contestants out near mid have really been saving the Saints from a lot of heartache here in their own zone. However, that was an absolute rocket of a shot there out from mid. Tough to see those kind of speeds coming at your own net. You really got to be prepared for a shot like that, especially when you haven't seen much of them all series. Now, out towards the air, Typhoon going to be the one to grab it. Spoods keeping this alive for the time being, but Alex Walters, we've seen what happens when you give him time to set up. It's just going to be that whip from Typhoon, though. Not enough to work with. Still only down 1 goal. University of Utah not trying to be too over-aggressive because you take too many risks just to find 1 goal. Next thing you know, it's another 2-0, and it's a tough tough lead to get back from.
Christian trying to, as much as he can mechanically there, he is at least going to get that ball deep in the end. Try to see if they can get cycled around a few more times. But Utah trying to get this offense going. Still yet to find the first goal of the game. They've done a decent job over the series of finding goals, finding those consistent chances. The pressure has not been quite as much visible this game as it has been previously. That is a missile toward the net there. Spoots just going to be a little bit wide there. Mike, though, he's going to get the angle. He's going to find the timing, and he's going to walk it down the middle to find a solo goal. Going to win that one out over these Saints. Once again, similar to that goal he scored over back in game 1, I believe it was, just taking it himself. A nice little last-second touch there just to disavow that goalie. And Utah, 1-1, a minute 40 left. This is a massive, massive rest of this game.
So the little taps, the little micro adjustments on the velocity of that ball, on the trajectory of that ball. Spoots!
Trajectory.
Speaking of trajectory, he finds that one right to the top left corner. Did that tap
what a
off
pinch.
of this defender is my question. Yeah, it did pinch off the defender. Spoots feeling hot after that one. Now you're up to 1. You're keeping at least your 1 goal lead alive for the time being. Still a minute 30 left. We saw what happened last time Mike got their hands on the ball. Saints, maybe you can start to relax a little bit. I was about to say you can't relax just yet, but if you're going to be finding them like this, Christian, an opportunity that I didn't even know existed, as he flies down the middle, wide open net, ball perfectly in place for him to just make that final touch. Now, a 2-goal lead for the Saints and a minute 30 to play.
Remember that 2 goals in 10 seconds thing we said earlier? There it is, folks. Yep. Pretty much exactly how it goes. And the sucky thing is for Utah, that first goal by Spoots, it wasn't necessarily luck, but he is very fortunate. He pinched it onto his tires. The enemy Typhoon goes and takes it, gets the perfect angle, because then the Saints walk in a second one, they walk in a third one, and all of a sudden, they're looking to see if they can find this fourth, and the backflip, the touch. Oh, Christian trying to style on him at the end of game 4. 4 goals for the Saints right now. The offense is clicking. Look at that beautiful little maneuver. Typhoon tried to make the read, but Christian right there to make the play. Beautiful job. A minute 3 now. Saints all but cooked up this tied series.
So from game 1 to game 4, we've now seen 2 different versions of the Saints. We've seen starting of the series, hey, it's been a minute since we've played Utah here. We're going to have to, readjust to these players, kind of figure out exactly what they're doing, figure out what they're doing to our defense. And now in game 4, you're seeing, okay, we figured it out. We're feeling good. We're nice and warmed up, and we're finding goals. And that is the Saints that you typically see in a lot of these CRLs and these CCA opens. That's the Saints you want to see, but Typhoon has a wide open Saints net to be able to find the second for the team here. 33 seconds left on the clock, 2 goals down. Typhoon, you found it, but is it enough? Let's see what the team can work with here.
Yeah, silver lining for the Saints, that took about 31 seconds to get that goal, so it took a lot of time off the clock. Still having that 2-goal lead, definitely going to benefit you. Honestly, anytime the Saints can get a touch on the ball, they can send it to that blue zone. It's going to be 5 seconds off the clock. Couple more of those, this game will be all but over. Saints right now, they don't need to shoot at the net. They just want to run out this clock. They want to run out this game 4. Get back into the pregame here and get this series tied up. Right now, Utah maybe going to take 1 or 2 more cracks here, just to have some fun, see if they can make that scoreboard a little bit nicer. Because right now, the way it's going, the Saints are looking like this game is going to be wrapped up. Christian, 1 more take down the field here. 1 more pass, 1 more little attempt there. But game 4 over to St. Clair College. We have a 2-2 series in the LCQ.
All right, so game 4 done and dusted. Series tied up, and now, Jobin, we're essentially just playing a best of 3 here.
Yeah, we're in familiar territory.
Familiar territory, to say the least. First to find the next 2 games here. First to that 4 on their series record. Let's see, will it be this new momentum-fueled Saints that we've seen in these past few games, or will Utah bring it back to game 1 and 2 there and, start picking apart the Saints themselves and say, okay, we beat these guys 2 games in a row. What is happening here? What has changed in the last 2 games? And I think a big part of it is the defense. Utah finding themselves just opened up a lot more, and a lot less emphasis on trying to clear that ball out of their own side. They're almost letting the Saints just have at these shots and continue the pressure, and I think that's been a big issue in these past 2 games for Utah. They're going to have to change something up here, because clearly the Saints now a step or two ahead of them.
That's what good offense could do, though. Utah, they were being very proactive on a lot of these contests. Like you said, they were challenging a lot in the air. Speaking of air challenges, Alex Walters, that is a beautiful job to find that shot. Ramen was looking to clear that one out, but Alex had a nice little read on that one. He's going to tuck that one into bed right in the middle. Nice little cloud of smoke in its wake, and that is an early 1-0 lead for Utah, and honestly a big goal for them after losing 2 straight.
Yeah, especially after, I think, they found 3 goals in those last 2 games total?
Goals were tough to find.
Yeah, goals not really in the cards there for Utah in those past few games, and even the last few that they did find.
One was the Saints were
they weren't going to make much of
a
difference there. I mean, 30 seconds left, you're down 3 goals. Yeah, you find one, it makes you feel good, you got that breakaway, but really what you're looking for is these impact goals, the ones that are going to be critical into you actually taking these games. And a 1-0 lead, you can keep this defense alive, but the defense being ripped apart by Ramen in the crease there. Shut him down on the goal line, help Christian out. Christian going to be tying up that score line here for the Saints.
Yeah, Ramen telling Alex Walters, you might be good at scoring, but have you hit the weight room, son? He takes him out in the net there. He's going to even things out for the Saints here. That's what you're looking for. You want to, don't show any fear, no intimidation. You want to keep putting that pressure on. You got to show Utah, you are here to play. That is a beautiful little second touch from Christian, and not going to be able to bury that one home, though. Now it's going to be Utah trying to cycle this one back through Typhoon, getting a boost from the backside from Mike there. Spoots trying to get a read on this one. Christian not going to make it there just in time. Dangerous pass to the middle. Alex Walters says, I got something for you too, Saints. Mike takes down Ramen, and Alex puts the ball in the net. Sweet, sweet justice for Utah with 3:50 left to go.
Back and forth, goal for goal, shot for shot right now.
Demo for demo.
This has to be one of the most action-packed games we have seen all series. It's been a minute, to say the least, when we saw 3 goals in the first, minute 45 of this series. We haven't seen that all series. I mean, heck, we haven't seen that for weeks here.
It's been a long time.
Broadcast. I mean, yeah, what a better day to get back here into Rocket League as Christian. That pinch shot going to be saved up by Mike. The speed on that shot is scary as that defender, to say the least. You almost got to be preemptively in that right position. Dances it over one. Alex Walters not gonna allow it to happen again, okay?
And you have to wonder for both of these teams, at what point does that pressure start to set in? For the Saints, I know especially, a little bit disappointed in the expectations. They were hoping to get into that league play. They had to fight through the CCA week after week for months on end. Same with Utah. They had to fight for months on end to get to this point. And now you can have it all ripped away from you in a single best of 7. You cannot leave anything on the pitch. Lots of time still left in this game 5, but that 3-2 series lead can mean the difference between living and dying in this World Stream. That is going to be a double touch for the Saints, though. Ramen finding yet another goal. I think he scored in 4 of the 5 games, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered. And like you said, it's been back and forth. We have another tie game.
We're not even halfway through this game yet. There's 4 goals that have been scored. Absolutely back and forth. Neither of these teams giving a real tangible lead to the other. Every single time it looks like something is found, something is given right back. Mike looking to tear this lead out of the Saints' hands, or tear this even game out of the Saints' hands as they continue this pressure towards this Saints side. Christian gonna find that carry into the blue zone.
Yeah, Ramen there to try to find the pieces here. That ball's toward the middle. The Saints looking for an angle here. They're going to find it. The second touch. Oh, 2 tries off the crossbar. Ramen not going to be able to get there in time. Utah, they're going to breathe a sigh of relief, and now they have their own chance. Alex Walters all the way down, looking for a double touch of his own. Now Spood's going to kick this one back across Mike, though. There to answer that one over in the midfield. Now it's going to be Spoods once again, seeing if he can take this one all the way. Typhoon, great job there to swing that car sideways. Take that one off the top of the net. Going to go find that second touch as well. We're into the 2-minute warning now in a 2-2 ball game, and what could potentially decide this series. A great shot and the follow. Oh my goodness, these Saints are cooking. Spoods with a nice setup, and Ramen closes things down, and not a moment too soon.
The script has been rewritten, Jobin, here.
Yeah.
Back at the starting of this game, it was Utah, St. Clair returns a goal. Utah, St. Clair returns a goal. But now we've got St. Clair finding another one straight. The momentum might have been cracked. It might have been grabbed. The code to the Utah defense, have they cracked it, is the real question. to demo onto Christian. Gonna slow down this offense for the time being, but Christian back up, refueled with this boost, ready to make this carry. Alex Walters there before it hits the backboard, though.
Yeah, there is still so much time on this clock, too. Neither one of these teams are going to feel any ounce of safety right now. Ramen, though, he's going to be right place, right time. Mike there for the challenge. Oh, the second touch just going to be missed over there by Spoods. Christian, though, great job to keep this ball in the zone. That is a dangerous ball over the middle there. No one there to answer. The Saints making sure they play disciplined on that defense. You do not want to give this goal back to Utah, especially this late. They're going to commit Christian to that net, though. Find a second shot. Right now, though, it's about keeping the pressure, playing this time, not letting Utah breathe. Even if it means playing a little bit risky, playing toward the net, you're securing yourself that much more window to run this clock down.
Yeah, you've got a lot of time now burnt down from the Saints, but like you said yourself, only a 1-goal lead here. You definitely cannot be over-aggressive, and I think the Saints have been playing a very good balance, not only in this game, but throughout the past 2 games in this series as well. There's a reason they've been finding the wins in these games, and the momentum looking not to stop. Not exactly a reverse sweep, but 3 games straight would be very, very sweet for this team as they move into game 6. We're going to have to see, though, 15 seconds to play. Are we going to see a 0-second miracle from Utah, or is it going to be a wide open net?
Last chance. Utah sends it down. Ramen there for the touch. It's going to be Typhoon. That's going to be challenged nicely by the Saints, though. 1 second left on the clock, and just like that, blink if you missed it, we are now 5 games through what was once a 2-0 Utah lead. The pendulum has swung all the way back the other way. The Saints now with a 3-2 lead and getting better and better as these games go on, and they have round 2 set in their sights.
Game 6 on the horizon as these players get ready. The Saints, they have taken the lead. They have battled back.
This is the overtime game,
dare I
right?
say it, have they figured out University of Utah here? Have they really just, analyzed these opponents throughout 5 games straight and figured out the strategy, the script, what's the word, the plans, the blueprints to beat them? It's taken, it took time, right? It took almost 15 minutes on that field before we really saw any lead or any opportunities to be grabbed from the Saints, as it was definitely Utah had the reins in this series, those first 2 games, but the Saints are back in it. They are looking to be feared in this series, to say the least, and we're seeing Utah start to give them a lot more respect on the field as well, and I think that's almost been instrumental in their aggression, because now Utah second-guessing themselves a little bit on the defense. You see it with a lot of these double touches that the Saints have been finding and working so well for them.
Yeah, game 1 to game 5 did not necessarily look like the 2 of the same teams that are playing in this game. The Saints, like you said, the pressure and just like, Utah kind of giving the Saints their credit there, the respect, as you said, trying to keep this thing even now. 3-2 though for the Saints. Utah, you find yourselves in that very bad position of trying to have to win 2 games in a row now. However, they have had a couple nice starts throughout some of the series, rather. However, Josh, we're on game 6 of a best of 7. I reckon there's probably going to be an overtime at some point.
Listen, with how close these teams have been, the thing is, so back and forth, I don't know if we could see an overtime. I think if somebody scores a goal, somebody has to respond, or somebody has to find a lead. Neither of these teams want to go back to a 0-0 overtime, essentially. And I think that's been the real kicker, is every time it looks so close, one of the teams, whether it be Utah, whether it be Saints, they're hungrier for the win.
Yeah, every game, I think, has been won in the last 70 seconds, technically, as far as game-winning goals and things are concerned. So both of these teams, there is something to be said about having that clutch gene and not really panicking when the time gets a little bit dicey there. We're going to see Christian trying to ride up this left wall, going to leave that one for a teammate. Looks like it's going to be Spoods there, looking for the follow, the fake out towards Alex Walters. Alex, though, has been so sound all this series, playing balls out of the air, finding goals, playing defense as well. Christian, though, nice interception over the middle area. He's got some space as well, but that is Typhoon there to make the save. Ramen there for the follow. Spoods with a shot, but it's not going to be found. Saints attacking all over, but nothing yet.
Typhoon actually just locked himself in place on the goal line, found like 2 saves in that whole scuffle there. Beautiful positioning from him on the goal line. Alex Walter, a nice little jump, nice way to just knock that out of the net there. Nice little lob from Mike. Will it be good? Spoods picks it up on the backboard, chases it all the way down this corner.
Demo.
Beautiful demo from Alex Walter there.
Yeah, that shuts down the breakout completely in its tracks. Now you're going to have some time to set this ball back to the other corner, try to cycle this one through, find some of these passes. But the Saints now, they have been challenging this midline. They have been aggressively challenging all the Utah players as well. And it's been working out so well. Maybe throwing Utah off their game, or at least keeping that little mental note of, hey, we're going to be right behind you guys. If you try to make any play with this ball, we are not going to relent. We're going to full boost toward you guys. Right now, the Utah, they're getting a decent amount of pressure. Can they find the shots, though? That is a nice shot. Mike went flying by screen there. They're going to find the demo. They're going to keep this ball in the zone.
I think Ramen was on top of Alex Walters there when he got demo. Typhoon going to be following up Ramen the second he gets back up as well. Christian trying to take this one down. It's not going to be enough. Mike here for this air setup that we've seen from Utah so many times. The double touch Ramen, it's floating in front of this net. Christian has to be the one to take it out there. Passes it out to Spoods in the air. This could be what the Saints have been looking for, but Alex Walters right above that net right there to grab the ball.
Yeah, once it comes to game 6, 0-0, now we're starting to see the demos a little bit more prevalent in a lot of these game planning. Both of these members, I'm not going to try to outplay you for the ball. I'm taking you off the pitch for a few seconds, and we're going to try to find our way with the numbers game. Saints right now, excellent job to find that ball in deep. The pass over the middle. Oh, but the Saints are not quite there. Spoods maybe could have taken that shot, but he was expecting a teammate to be right next to him. Ramen trying to leave that one for Spoods as well. Just not going to be able to find the mark. Christian, though, he is also waiting in the wings toward that midline. Mike with a great challenge over the middle there. 1 minute, 35 seconds. No goals yet to be found, but both teams have been advancing.
Every single time it looks like there's an opening, it looks like there's a gap, it looks like the shot is going to be the one to really open it up, but the save is always there. The backboard, the crossbar, always some obstacle in the way. Jobin, we've been in this game for almost 4 minutes now, and it's still 0-0. Who is going to break this 0-0 scoreline? We saw it, I believe it was game 3 there, where it was 0 minutes up until 55 seconds, something around there. Will this be a repeat of that? Will somebody break it open, or will you call my bluff and will we be here in overtime in 50 seconds?
Double commit from the Saints. Maybe Utah can make a play. However, it's going to go, fortunately, that pinch going right off that back wall. Utah has to be a little bit careful how they proceed here. That is a dangerous ball. The Saints are hacking away at that one. Alex Walters, though, shutting the door at the best possible moment. Spoods is going to take him out for his trouble, though. Now it's on Utah on this defense. The Saints, though, look at the bumps, look at the demos. They are trying to throw their weight around, but they have to be mindful of this counterattack. One goal could still win this game. Oh my goodness, a save from Ramen. Utah thought they had the closer. That one does not find its way home. 20 seconds left. Alex Walters seeing what he has over the middle. The Saints are still trying to clear this ball out. It is back and forth. This is a breakneck pace, and overtime looming over this entire game.
I can feel the pressure from both of these teams. Who is gonna find it? Will we have this 0-second play off the top from Spoods? Touches ground, overtime. Here we are, 1 goal to determine if we're finding a game 7 here in the first series of the day, here in round 1 of the CRL last chance qualifiers, or will the Saints be moving on to face Missouri S&T, waiting in round 2 for the winner of this series? University of Utah, you've still got one more game in the tank. Should you even find this? The demos back and forth. Which team is going to be playing with 3 players first? Couldn't tell you. We're running 2s now.
Yeah, this isn't Rocket League. This is a heavyweight boxing match right now. Both of these teams are throwing haymakers, but neither one of these teams is down for that 10 count just yet. Utah has had a couple nice chances already early in this OT. Saints now trying to get the ball possession game going, trying to find this pass out. Mike, though, first one to the ball, has 30 boosts to play with, seeing if he can fake out Spoods here. Spoods, though, nice patience, nice read. Utah, though, Alex Walters, one more to beat. Oh, the bump is going to be clean, but Spoods going to retreat just in time, shutting the door, keeping overtime upon us. Now it's going to be that counterattack back the other way. Mike, though, making a good read on it once more. Spoods going to be there for the challenge. It's Christian now on the backside. Both of these teams back and forth so far. The Saints haven't had as many chances in OT. That is a demo over onto Mike as well. Utah still trying to threaten.
There's a great demo from Alex Walters. Typhoon tries to make that shot, sends it out back towards the middle. Nobody really to follow up from his own team. It's going to be Ramen to get their hands on the ball there. Minute 30 in this overtime. Can't set up. The Saints have yet to really find many good shot opportunities in this overtime, but at the same time, they've been good to shut down these insane setups that University of Utah has had. Some of these shots have been tough, and whether it be Spoods or Ramen flying in there for that last second save, they've been able to squeak them out, and that's all all that really matters is
Demo
making those saves. Here's the setup, back out towards the middle. Demo is live, but Typhoon back on the board.
Demo!
Alex Walters gone. Mike in position when you need him. 2 minutes into overtime, nobody giving up just yet.
Oh, neither one of these teams is ready to say die quite yet. You know, St. Clair just wants to close the door, close the chapter on this round. Utah, though, they fought back. They had that 2-0 lead. They have been fighting back in this game 6, so they realize their backs are against the wall. They are not letting anything easy through right now. No easy goals for either one of these teams. Alex Walters trying to get something going over the net. This is looking good for Utah, but the finish not going to be found. Spood's now going to send this one back up the left side here. Typhoon there to read that one, but Spood's going to try to beat him there. Not going to be able to do so. That is going to be out to Mike. Mike trying to go cross court. That's going to be picked up there by Christian. Now this ball cycling back up that left side wall. Double demo in the backside of the Saints corner. Spoods has a little bit of space though. He's got the time, he's got the pass, he's got the goal, and the Saints have a round 1 victory in the CRL LCQ. 4 straight wins from down 0-2. They bring this thing back, and they're going to be moving on to face Missouri SNT.
And an absolutely dirty goal to finish off overtime there. Did you see that
was
play?
clean.
Did you see that pass? Over the one defender from Spoods. You've got these 2 players there now coming in. These 2 Saints closing in for the double play, and they make it happen there. Beautiful, beautiful showing out there. 4 games straight. Like you said, you drop the first 2, you make your adjustments necessary, and you ride it out through the rest of that series. Now, Saints, they're going to be moving on to that 10 p.m. spot there up against Missouri SNT. Jobin, what a series we had here.
Wow, if that was the CRL living up to the words. We haven't had as many CRL matches this semester, but they do not disappoint at all. Series 1, absolute banger. And we have potentially 2 more series to go on tonight. So with that being said, though, we're going to cut it to a break for now. We'll catch you guys back for that 10 p.m. start time. Missouri SNT versus St. Clair, CRL Worlds LCQ.